a counterpunch. Like, what are you loving about this offense and Mahomes?
Well, the first part of this tape should really just be focused on Andy Reid, but it's so boring to just look at Andy Reid. We won't do that. But you think about the things that they're concocting every week with the talent that comes out of the huddle. That's probably the most talented team in the league out of the huddle. Let's use every weapon we have, especially Tyreek Hill. I love this play. How much misdirection can you have? It's like yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. You can't keep track of the most explosive player in the game. You can't keep track of him. And look at this little pop pass. How fun was that? I mean, that's Andy Reid talking about. That's some innovative stuff. Everyone in the league says, we got to run that play. And this is why you win the MVP. You know what? You have two guys bearing down on you. You drop one down, a little dime in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. That earns you MVPs. And then here's the thing we talked about with Ben Roethlisberger and immobile quarterbacks. You got to guard and defend 11 guys out of the huddle every play because Patrick Mahomes put that pressure on you. And then now you're supposed to just run it out. Just run the football, turn the clock down, and then punt it away with 30 seconds left. Not these guys, not Patrick Mahomes, not Kelsey, not Andy Reid with innovative kind of play actions to take the ball away from Drew Brees. That is how you play championship football. We talked about Tom Brady. He's not explosive. A horizontal passing game. Where's the explosion for all the talent coming out of the huddle? Yesterday, look at this. This is a 25 years old. He wants to make that throw to Mike Evans down the middle. And down the middle is the toughest part of the field to attack. Tom Brady a little mobile in the pocket. Makes another great throw to Mike Evans to make defenses be back on their heels. Explosiveness in the Bucs is going to be the difference in December. And the last play, here coming with Antonio Brown, this is the kind of play that makes defenses now all week long think about, okay, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And that's where you want defenses to be. If the Bucs are going to go the distance, it's because they made defenses start to wonder on Wednesday about the explosiveness of this offense. So,
but to
great
Bruce
job by Tom
Arians,
Brady yesterday.
To Bruce Arians' point, Steve, why can't they do that in the first half? They were down 17-0 and then scored on the first 5 possessions of the second half.
Well, obviously a problem. But just to show the explosive, the problem, Susie, they weren't showing it at any half for a half of the season. And then with all that talent, just to start to see, if it's only a half, I'll take it. We certainly need a whole game. But right now, just to show that they can make defenses worry on Wednesday is what you really need going into the playoffs.
All right, let's talk about another former NFL MVP. This one, Cam Newton. Newton and the Patriots facing the Dolphins yesterday. It was much of the same for the former MVP as he completed 17 of 27 passes for just 209 yards and failed to lead a touchdown drive. For the season in Cam's 13 games, 2,300 yards, 5 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. And the Patriots have missed the postseason for the first time since 2008.
I still have a lot of football left, and I still want to play football, and I have the urge to be better.
We have a lot of team questions we need to answer, so I think that'll be the overriding thing. We'll talk about that and look at things start from a bigger picture standpoint.
Cam candid, that he knows he could have played better. What do you believe the future holds, near future and going forward for Cam Newton and the Patriots?
Well, first of all, I think that the New England Patriots probably need to take a look at Jarrett Stidham because they've seen Cam Newton for 14 games this season, and they're eliminated from the playoffs right now. Now we head into the offseason, and I think Cam Newton becomes one of the quarterbacks that they consider for next year. There are no assurances at all that they bring him back. He was not good enough. They were not good enough. Together, they were not good enough to make the playoffs this year. And so when that's the case, you need to see what you can do better next year. They are way under the cap. They have a lot of money. They're going to have picks. And so how can they improve? Well, you start at the quarterback, right? So it's the kind of thing where you survey all the quarterbacks you could draft. You survey all the quarterbacks you can trade for, sign, whatever it may be. If there's a better option than Cam, you make that move. If not, you can always go back to Cam. To me, it's a little bit like where they were last offseason once they lost Tom Brady. They surveyed the landscape, and ultimately in the end, they decided to sign Cam to a veteran minimum kind of deal, although I don't think he's going to be willing to take that kind of deal again this offseason, but we'll see what the market bears.
Steve, where would you lean? Would you lean toward somebody on the roster or go get one of these young guys?
Look, Adam, it says it well. They're just a rank-and-file team now. The Patriots dominated in every way a team can dominate through 2 decades. And now they're just a team looking for a quarterback, just like the Jets, just like so many others. And well, we got this guy like the Eagle. What are you going to do at quarterback? We have Cam. What is the long-term plan? They don't have one. And so they're going to have to go find somebody. And until they have the next generational quarterback, they won't be great. Because in the NFL, if you don't have a quarterback, you're not going to be great. Yes, Cam's an option. Yes, Jarrett Stidham's an option. They need the generational talent, and they're going to hope that they can, like every other team in the league, rank and file, I hope I can get it in the draft. Maybe something will drop from the sky. Booger, I don't know how you feel about it, but it feels like I'm shocked, still shocked, that the greatest organization in sports doesn't have a plan at quarterback.
Well, I think you're right. I think 2020 caught a lot of people by surprise. Whether I'd call an organization that has 6 Lombardis rank and file, we can have that conversation maybe off the air.
Hold on. 6 Lombardis, they were not rank and file. What Adam just described is a team that's acting like rank and file. So please do not try to put me in that box.
No, I got you. I truly understand that. We came into this season saying that the Patriots needed Cam needed the Patriots. And so far, almost the season being over, it's been a failure because Cam has not proven he can be a starting quarterback for the Patriots, nor has he proved to anyone else throughout the league that he can be a starting quarterback, I don't think. I think if you look at this year and you look at the entire landscape, the 2021 quarterback class that's coming into the NFL, covering college football, the first round is probably going to be minimum 4, maximum 5 deep. Okay, so what does that mean? When these young superstar quarterbacks come into the league, what do the NFL teams do? They want to slide the veteran aside so we can see the young guy play. So they're going to be quarterbacks on the move. Cam Newton is going to find it really tough finding a starting quarterback job this year. We can sugarcoat it and we can say it a lot of different ways. He struggles throwing the football accurately. And in a day and time in 2020 where the NFL is giving you so many free throws, so many easy throws, the game is spread out horizontally, he struggles. So it's going to be tough for him to find a job. If I'm New England, I'm looking in a different direction. I don't think the answer is Jarrett Stidham. The answer is going to be somewhere else. Could it be Sam Darnold? It's a ton of quarterbacks are going to be on the move depending on what happens in the draft. I just think, though, this year has been a failure for the Patriots, not making the postseason, not finding the successor to Brady, and for Cam Newton because he needed to prove he can still be a starting quarterback and get a big-time contract, and he did not do that.
You're talking about when we all saw him skipping rocks to those wide receivers.
Exactly.
And it's really, I remember the month of September when it was earlier in the season and we asked the question, does Cam Newton fit in the future of the New England Patriots? But it was undecided because the season was still early. Now that we're closing into the season, my answer is no, he does not fit in the future of the New England Patriots. Reason why? They have a young receiving core that we had a veteran quarterback to try to get this young receiving core because of the last couple of years, the receiving core has not really played up to power. They had Coach Joe Judge there. Now he's with the head coach of the New York Giants. So for the last couple of years, the Patriots wide receiver has been underachieving. And I thought that Cam Newton and Josh McDaniel could, coexist and put this offense where it needed to be. Obviously, it's not, but I know one thing that I saw, the wide receivers or any wide receiver in the National Football League or anywhere does not want a ball skipped to them hitting the ground first. That's incompletion. So to answer your question, no, I don't think he fits in the plans of the future of the Patriots.
Cam said one of his goals was to make it through the season healthy, which hasn't happened the last couple of years, so at least there's that much. But he also said he can't go out like this. We get to see the Patriots on Monday Night Football next week against the division champs, the Bills.
I think I'm going to do me a TikTok really quick, Sue.
In Cincinnati tonight.
Is that?
They're Christmas cleats. He's in the holiday spirit.
Yeah, and he's doing a TikTok with the cleats.
Well, what's your dance called, bud?
I don't know, but I couldn't wear those cleats, though. Oh, my goodness, look at that.
Everything is a TikTok. But will they land on You Got Moss? That's coming next.
Hey, what y'all want to do today?